Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all feeling amazing. Wow, what a week it's been on planet Earth this past week. So much happening, so much going on. You don't need me to go into all of the truth of stuff, because all of that stuff is out there for you to see. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'm always active on Twitter, even though I shouldn't be, because I'm supposed to be keeping off social media. I'm always active on Twitter, getting stuck in with the truther movement as well, because I have a truther hat. But yeah, it's been an incredible week this week. My dad this morning even turned up to my house and asked me about the alignment between Saturn and Jupiter, because he's heard that there's this alignment coming up that only happens every 800 years, and he wants to know what it means, and he thinks that I'll be able to tell him. I was like, oh my God, people are waking up, this is amazing. My dad would never have asked me anything like that. Never. Like never. He wasn't aware of anything outside of his own little bubble. So for my dad to be asking me about that, people are waking up. And literally this morning I could see him thinking, oh God, why did I have to go and open my bloody mouth? Because about half an hour later he's still trying to back out of my house. Okay. All right, Laura, yeah, I know you know what you're talking about. Okay. All right then, bye. Well, so I'm still trying to tell him, explain to him the spiritual significance of Saturn and Jupiter lining up on the winter solstice of 2020, 21st of 12, 2020 vision. And he's like, oh God, I wish I'd never asked her. Oh, it's been a funny old week in the Whitworth household this week. I've been desperately trying to avoid Christmas because I did not enjoy last Christmas. I was too awake to enjoy last Christmas, and I could just see all of the satanic energy around Christmas. But at the end of the day, we've got two little children. They see the lights of other people's Christmas trees go on, so I have to put a Christmas tree up. I can't get around it. I've got two little children. So this week I finally bit the bullet, and we got the Christmas tree out of the loft, which is another story I'll come on to in a minute. But anyway, this particular night I was in the kitchen cooking the tea. And anybody who's got young kids knows that as a parent who's got young kids, this is what you do. You cook the tea, you take their tea out first, you leave it on plates to cool. Whilst you're still sorting your bits and bobs out, you might have more flavouring or more spices or whatever. And you take their tea in and you start them off eating their tea whilst you're sorting your tea out. And then you take your tea in, and because they're already eating, it gives you time to sit down and at least start your tea. So you get a little bit of your tea down you before your kids start asking what it is for pudding. And it's like a bit of a staggered thing that parents do to essentially survive. That's why we do it, to essentially survive. Well, that's why I do it anyway, to make sure that I do actually at some point have the opportunity to get some food into my body before the next thing starts. So the kids are in the room eating their dinner. I plate up our dinner on trays, because we're having to eat off trays now, because I've turned our dining room into a school room for the children. So we're schooling the children in the school room, which was the dining room. So now we're having to eat our dinner on trays in the living room, but the kids have got like a little table that they eat at. But me and my husband are on trays. So me and my husband are eating away, and the two little ones finish. And my smallest child says to me, Mummy, I finished. And I've got my mouth full. So my husband responds and goes, okay, darling, me and Mummy are still eating, so do you want to draw the curtains? You draw the curtains whilst me and Mummy are still eating, and then we'll come back to you on pudding. And he goes, do you know how to draw the curtains, darling? To our littlest child. And she's like, yes, Daddy, yes, I do. Wonderful. And we've got like 4 sets of curtains in our living room, because it's like It's like a square, and it's, oh, anyway, you don't need to know all that detail. We'll be here all day, wouldn't we, if we're going to that. So we carry on eating our tea. Wonderful. The children are quiet. My eldest is still eating because she takes forever to eat anything. My youngest is drawing the curtains. Then all of a sudden, I hear my husband go, "Oh God." And I'm like, what's that all about? What's the oh God all about? And I look up, and my littlest child, bless her, is drawing on the curtains. And not only is she drawing on the curtains, but she's drawn like a whole Santa scene, like a sleigh. We've got Santa on there. That's you, Mummy. The whole works are making their way across these curtains. And I could just see the penny drop for my husband. He's thinking, oh God, why did I say that? Why did I not just say clothes? Me and my husband look at each other and we're like, just let the shop go, you know, don't spoil her dreams, and go, oh, that's wonderful, darling. What is it that you're drawing on the curtains? So we have this moment of recognition as parents where we go, oh, that's good, darling. Is that Santa? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see you've drawn his sleigh as well. That's wonderful. Oh, God. So, yeah, that was that. And these curtains, they've been up for like 1,000,000 years. I mean, these curtains are older than mine and my husband's relationship. He had these curtains up when his previous wife was with him. So they're pretty old, these curtains. So, you know, I'm not worried about it. We're going to New Earth anyway. And Santa will, Father Christmas, will just be immortalised on our once cream curtains forever. And isn't that wonderful? So now every time I close the curtains, it gives me a little laugh. And talking about that, that is what we need to make sure that we keep doing throughout all of this that's going on. Throughout all of this craziness that is going on, we need to make sure that we keep laughing, that we keep smiling. Now, on this day, after we'd eaten our tea and they'd had the pudding and we'd stopped drawing on the curtains, they asked if they could watch a film. Now, I don't let my children watch a lot of TV. They don't watch any mainstream conditioning, none of that. But on occasion, if I know what they're watching, I will let them watch something. They asked to watch TV. So I chose, it's a film called Rise of the Guardians, which is all about how the Guardians, which are Father Christmas, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and the Sandman, overcome the darkness of the boogeyman. And I put it on because I thought, you know, it's a good Christmas film about Christmas spirit, and the light wins and love conquers all and humanity prevails and all this sort of stuff. But as this film was on, I ended up having this huge, like, monumental epiphany whilst it was on. And children have a habit of getting to the nub of things and asking the right questions. And they were asking me all sorts of questions about, you know, why does the darkness exist, and how is it that Pitch Black, who is the baddie, the boogeyman in this film, is not able to snuff out the light. And we ended up having this incredible conversation about how the light always wins. And at the end of this film, it's the light of one child. God, it set me off. It's the light of one child that believes in goodness, that believes in love and light, that is able to vanquish and start that chain reaction of vanquishing the darkness. That one child believes, keeps his light on. And because he keeps his light on, he saves everybody. And what it is in the end that helps that transformation is laughter, is humour. Because Jack Frost, without telling you the whole plot line of the movie, please watch it. Jack Frost uses humour to start all of the children laughing. And then when all of the children start laughing and having fun, it snuffs out the darkness. It vanquishes the darkness, basically. And I ended up seeing in my head, the light of that one child in the film on the globe. You can see it. They put it on the globe, that one light of that one child. I'm seeing in my mind the lights of all of us all over the globe. And in the film, this one child, the light of one child, saves humanity. One child. And I'm thinking, how many lights are there on this planet right now? How many light workers are there that all have their lights on and that are all shining as bright as possible for all to see? So I'm thinking to myself, we've got this. We have totally got this. And as long as we keep our light shining, as long as we keep humour in our lives, and we have the ability to laugh at things and stay in that place of mirth, of joy, light-heartedness, we've absolutely got this. And so that one film sparked a huge conversation between me and my children about light versus dark. And I could see so many different lifetimes that I've lived, where I've played the role of the light in the universe, in this age-old battle between the two energies of light and dark. In that awareness of the light always wins, because it only takes one light to shine in the darkness and illuminate the darkness for all to see, for everybody to see that it is darkness. One light. And here we are, millions of us, shining. So keep shining and keep smiling and keep in your place of happiness. Stay strong. That was just a little message that I wanted to share today that was around some experiences that I've had with my family this week, but there's a huge message in that. I also wanted to thank everybody for jumping onto the thread that I started on my community section of my YouTube channel. Some people were asking where that thread was. It's on the community tab. If you log on your PC, onto YouTube, onto my YouTube channel, there's a community tab. If you go onto there, you'll see a thread, if you search down, that's about the services and the gifts that we are selling around Christmas time to support our community. Now, I went to the time and effort and trouble of collating all of that information. I spent one night this week collating all of that information. I've put all of the services together that everybody offers. I've put all of the gifts together that everybody offers in one beautiful Word document, made it into a PDF. I've tried to upload it as a PDF on the community site. I've tried to upload it as a Word document. I've tried to copy and paste the text. I've tried every way possible to put that consolidated document onto my YouTube channel, and it just will not let me. It won't let me do it. So if you're interested in receiving that consolidated bulk of information that has got everybody's contact details in terms of the services that they offer, so hypnotherapy, tarot, psychics, astrology, you name it, it's on there, or the gifts that people sell, and there's some amazing things that people sell. Oh my goodness, such amazing things. And I myself need to go back to that consolidated list and look through it and start spending some money, which I will do at some point in my crazy life. But if you want that document that I have made, then drop me an email to Laura Whitworth 444 at gmail.com. That's Laura Whitworth 444 at gmail.com, and I will send you the PDF with all of the information on it. Tried to upload it so it's there for everybody. It won't let me do it. So yeah, that's that. So I'm going to jump into this session because I am pushed for time today. It's 11:11 now. As I look at my clock in the UK, it is 11:11 in the morning, and I have a session scheduled at 11:30. So I have got 19 minutes to race through this session. So please bear with me if I read it quite quick, but I want to share this information because it's important. And I've got my first session of the day. I've got two today. My first session is at 11:30 this morning. So to speed things up a little bit, this person's particular session, they go into a lifetime where they are a wizard. They have a huge staff with an amethyst, new type of crystal, amethyst crystal on the top of their staff. They are taken into like a village scene, quite primitive looking, with huts, grassland, and there is a girl in one of these huts that has been shut down. Some kind of thing has happened to this girl that it's shut that girl down, and this wizard has to go in and put their staff on this girl's third eye, and it brings them out of this spell that this girl has been under. And the client in this session recognizes, whilst this is happening, that this girl that he's working on in this lifetime as this wizard is actually one of his daughters in the lifetime that he's living now. And once he heals this girl, they touch foreheads. I don't know why this makes me want to cry, but it does. Still 11:11 as I'm looking at my clock. Another clock says 11:11 now. Wow, amazing recognition. They touch foreheads together to do a third eye kiss. Third eye kiss by touching foreheads together. And then other members of this client's soul family join in and connect with this really powerful third eye kiss. And as they pull apart, it creates an energy of light, an energy all of its own that is between them all, this soul family. And this energy of light is what this client now begins to talk about. So I'm going to start it from here. The energy swirls into the centre between us. Tell me more about that. From the third eye, we are connected. The energy then swirls into the centre between us. It has made one energy centre. Tell me more about how that feels, that connection in the centre of you. It feels great, very powerful, like creation. We have created a new world. Tell me more about that. It's creating a new world. It's becoming visible in the centre. Like looking through a mirror or a surface of water, you can step straight into it. Tell me more about that and that feeling of being able to step into it. I want us to hold hands and step into this light. Allow yourself to do that. And tell me more about what you experience as that happens. It's like jumping into a portal and we're there. It's very green there, very green. Blue water. We are there now. I'm looking at a blue pond. Tell me more about that as you look around. I can see the ocean and the forest. It's just there. It's just there. It's so beautiful. Tell me more about who you stand with as you look at this forest and this beautiful water. My family is there, and it's all just there. Tell me more about how that feels to be reunited again, all of you. It feels like we're in this place to explore. It's wonderful. I love exploring new things. I will love exploring the new earth. Everything is new, yet somehow it is familiar, but it's all new. Tell me more about what you see as you look out. As soon as you look out at something, it's exploding into creation. It's like whatever you want, it's just happening right there in front of you. It's building and building. And if you look away and don't think about it anymore, it dissipates. You can make it more permanent by acknowledging that this is what you want, or having the others join in and adding to it. It's like you are creating. You can create whatever, wherever you want. And as you look around and acclimatise in this new space, are you aware of anyone else as you look around? Yes, there are others. Tell me how it feels to be in this place. Everyone is so excited. I keep seeing a city in the distance, a purple city. Whenever I look at it, it's getting more manifested. This huge purple crystal city. And it's up a ways. You have to go up a path to get up there. I want to go up there. It looks beautiful. It's not my home. My home is in a tree house. But I want to go to that city. Tell me more about what's in that city. I need to walk up there. Allow yourself to explore up there. It's like a palace, and you can go in. It's amazing. It shines. Pure crystal. Everything is pure purple crystal. And as you look around, tell me more about what is in that city. It's just a palace. It's like the centre of things. It's like the heart of this place. Are there people in that crystal city? If you wanted to be, yes. Tell me more about your treehouse, this place where you live. And I wanted to know more about that because when I've visited New Earth, I also live in a treehouse. And it's not a house chopped down, made out of wood, in a tree. It's a house made out of trees, twisting themselves into like a mandala type bowl shape. The trees are living, and me and my family, when we choose to sit somewhere and relax, live in that space, in the trees which are alive. And this client goes on to describe that exact same place, and he lives there too. So I ask him to tell me more about this tree home. It's my home. I feel like it's always been there, always. It's always been there waiting for me to come home. Waiting for us to come home. The trees welcome us. They are welcoming us home. And as the tree welcomes you home, allow yourself to connect. What does the tree want to tell you today? It's saying, welcome home. I love you. It's amazing. It's my home. It's my home. And he begins to cry, my friend, my home. Tell me what it feels like to be in that tree house, in this place. It feels wonderful. So soft, it's warm. And it's talking to you the whole time. Like it's there with you the whole time. So you never feel alone. It's like having a friend, a companion. Like being inside a being. Being in the heart of something. It's hard to explain. And in this beautiful tree house, tell me more about who you share that space with. It's my home, but I feel like my twin is on the beach, on a patch of long grass on the beach. She's there waiting for me to take her home, to bring her home. She's always been there on that spot. She's always been there waiting for me, waiting for her true love, the real me, not the distorted me that exists in 3D. It's like an eternal connection that we share. We are one. We got separated. And then he begins to cry. Tell me why you got separated. I don't know, I think one of us thought it would be a good idea. It was very painful. I've been looking for her my whole life. This life on 3D Earth, I've been looking for her my whole life. Tell me more about what will occur when the pair of you are reunited once more. What will occur? We're going to go back as one. The treehouse is our home. I thought that there was just me there, as she and I are one. It's not two separate beings. Yes, we are in two separate bodies, but we are one being. We are one. Tell me what it feels like to be back with her. It's nice. It's so nice to be back with her. It's nice to be in separate bodies, even though we are one, because it's nice to have that feeling of touch. It's good to experience that, but we are merged at the same time. It's like on 3D Earth, but we are also merged now. We are merged permanently, but in two bodies. So we are still able to have that feeling of touch, that feeling of coming together. So it's like a kind of extra joy, an extra layer of joy on top of the merging, adding more feeling, more love, even more love. And how could you feel even more? It's so much. From that place where you are now with your other half now merged and on New Earth, what advice do you have for this part of yourself that is currently in 3D? This is not real. 3D is not real. It's not the real you. It's not the real her. It's all distorted. You should know this and see this. And it's going to end soon. It's going to end soon. Tell me more about that ending. It's going to end this year on the date that has been mentioned. I can see. It is clear, so clear. It's like 2020 vision. I can see it from the outside. New Earth. Tell me more about how that transition will occur. It feels like there's a flash or something, but it's like it's coming from the inside. Inside the planet, and inside of all of us too. Inside of all of us, and inside of Gaia. And I think all of us light workers, it's going to be like a chain reaction through all of our hearts. And the ones that aren't awake yet, they're going to be affected because we are all connected. It's like a chain reaction. We're like a honeycomb chain, like a maze linked around the earth. And because we all live on this earth, and because we are all connected, there is going to be a chain reaction of light. And it's going to feel like instantaneous because we are all connected. It's going to be like a flash of light through all of us. And where the light comes from one, it flows into all. What will happen once that flash occurs? What will we experience? It's like floating into our new bodies, our crystalline bodies, sliding into them, sliding. At least that is my perception of what I am seeing. And I absolutely love that description, so I wanted to share it with you today. And very quickly, before I go, because I've got 5 minutes before my first session starts, I wanted to share this message that came through me this week from Source. I was having a bit of a down moment. Don't get many of them. But I'd seen this footage of this 90-year-old woman that supposedly in the UK had the COVID vaccine. And I was thinking about my own grandfather, who has said that he wants to have it. And they've done a real number on the old people. They've done a real number on them. And it doesn't matter what I say. My granddad's decided that he's going to have this vaccination, and there's nothing that I can do or say about it. And I have to accept that it is his free will, his journey to take that vaccine. But I was feeling quite down about it. And all of a sudden I had this feeling swell up inside of my chest. That's all I can describe it as. This feeling, these words, this emotion flowed out of my chest. And I could feel it and I could hear it as if it was a part of me. And this is what was said, and I had to write it down quickly so I would not forget it. And I wrote it down, and this is what I will read to you now. Do you not know me yet, child? Do you not know me yet? I am in the wind. I am in the ocean. I am in the smiles of the children. I am in the magic, in the wings of the fairies. I will not let those of me who have forgotten who they are take your light away. You have all proved yourselves worthy. For in the darkest of places, you have never lost your light. You have never forgotten who you are. And the light of who you are will guide you and others home. Never stop shining your light because others have lost theirs. That is the time to shine brighter. Breathe, focus, and keep your light. Love is everything. I love you. I am. And that is all I have for you this week. I'm sorry it's been quite a quick message, but I'm really, really pushed for time this week, and I had a lot that I wanted to share in this window of time. Maintain your light, maintain your focus, maintain your vibration. It is going to hurt you and affect you when you hear of loved ones that are going to take this vaccine. I know, because I'm living it myself. Particularly as empaths, it's going to hurt. But we have to accept everybody is on their own journey, just as you are on yours. And make sure that you keep your light shining now more than ever. At the darkest time, in the darkest place, while others lose their light. It is your mission to ensure that you do not lose yours and that you shine even brighter. Until the next time I connect with you guys, make sure you keep vibrating high. I love you all.